Hi there, welcome to a mindfulness moment. I'm just back from a cycle and I wanted to share this story with you very quickly before the lesson of it leaves my mind. So excuse the hair, excuse the red face. Coming to you real, I'm Tove Kane. It's a mindfulness moment. I was cycling back after a beautiful morning cycle. I decided to share the moment with people, and I'd done a Facebook Live about a mindfulness breathing technique. I was enjoying the ride back, and on the way back, peripherally, I caught a sense of some movement, and it was some sheep behind a rock wall. And just as I registered it was the sheep, one of them got themselves a bit scared and hopped over the wall. Now, we've had sheep on either side of our fields here in our home in the Midlands. And previously, when the farmer came to collect the sheep, this similar incident happened where a sheep hopped over the wall and got scared and ran off towards the road. Now, sheep love to be together with each other, and they do get very frightened. And as you know, when you're frightened, we're not acting logically in fear. We're actually just panicking and, trying to survive. As the sheep hopped over, I could see it wanted immediately to be back with the flock, but it was scared and it didn't know exactly what to do. And it started to take a few steps up the road. Now, bear in mind, I'm still pedaling on my bike and registering all of this has just happened. I decided to stop my bike and usher the sheep back towards the flock. Thankfully, I did that because just at that moment, a car was whooshing behind us and would have collected the sheep, and it wouldn't have been a pretty scene at all. So the car got past us, but now the sheep was afraid of my bike and me, and the rest of the flock had obviously caught the fright and moved a little further away, which set up more panic in this sheep because it wanted to join them. So it decided it was going to hop back over the wall, but it didn't clear the wall, and it hit its back legs on the wall, scraping it. And I thought, oh, this poor creature. Anyway, its one leg was stuck, and I thought, how many times has a creature not broken their leg in this exact same position? All I could do was chuck my bike down and try to gather her leg and help her without fighting or frightening her to get her leg over the space. But what the two of us discovered was between the rock wall and the space where the rest of the sheep were was a gate, a farm gate. Now, I don't know if you've seen those farm gates. They have these metal slats. And so her head got stuck between two of the metal slats. So now her head's through, half of her body's through, some of her legs are there, and the back leg is still stuck on the wall. So I needed to get her to bring her head back through the fence and get this leg over the wall. And of course, you can't communicate that to a frightened creature too easily. Somehow the two of us managed it. I got her leg over without stressing the ligament too much. Somehow she managed to extricate herself from the middle of the fence, and she ran off, bang, as they do, kind of like calling out. Maybe she was a mother, maybe she was a baby, because the sheep at this stage are growing to a similar size now. These moments that come. Yeah. My heart's just coming down from my cycle, from the moment. And I feel like there's a lesson here for us. And I admire the sheep for their curiosity, that they want to try to do something, see something. And of course, there's always danger, isn't there, when we try to see something beyond our limits, beyond where it's safe for us to be. And luckily, we were able to get her back, her and I, together. But I don't want to be stuck behind a wall myself. I don't want to be so fearful that I never leave my own field of comfort. And I don't want to make mistakes that could cost me my life. Or what else does it cost us Have we thought about that, what our fears really mean? When we don't show up to launch something or to start a new business or to do something that has been on our hearts, but we don't do it. It's something for us to think about, and I'd so love your feedback, to hear from you about what is that thing that you want to do and what's holding you back. And what would it take for you to go forward? And who knows what it would be like. I'm glad the sheep's back, because that's where she suits being. That's the right thing for her. But maybe there's a better thing for you and for me. That's a mindfulness moment. I'm Tove Kane. Be kind to yourself and those around you.